Hey guys, what's going on? It's T-Carp. Well, today I want to talk about something that shouldn't be as controversial today as it is, but it still is. Why are Glocks and that type of polymer frame pistols so popular? Why are they so popular? I saw a video the other day by Survivalist Sports. Kevin at Survivalist Sports runs a great website. He is a prepper, but he is an old school prepper. He's from the mindset, I kind of like to call it the James Wesley Rawls type of person. James Wesley Rawls wrote a book called Patriots Prepared, and that's where you get the end of the world as we know it, or TWIEKY, or what that huge long acronym. But in that book, great read by the way. In that book, it talked about the only type of rifles, are a Colt AR-15. You got to get Colt, and then a Colt 1911 Gold Cup. That's the only pistols you should get. And Kevin from Survival Sports is part of that mindset. That 1911 is the only thing we can do type of mindset. And he didn't like his group has switched over to the Glock 19. Great choice, by the way, in my humble opinion. And his reasoning behind it, he doesn't like the Glocks because, as he puts it, the Glock does not have a safety. Okay? It doesn't have a safety. The trigger, in his opinion, is bad, etc., etc. So, my thought behind this is, okay, and his statements were, and you can go watch the video, I'll annotate it, was, you could pick the Glock up, and you could put your finger in the trigger while you're grabbing it and pull the trigger and fire off a round. My thoughts behind that is that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. He says that people make mistakes every day. You know, we make mistakes while driving. We forget to put on our seatbelt. We trip and fall. We make mistakes every day, and that is true. But that is a big mistake to make, is to grab that gun wrongly, not using having your finger off the trigger. I never grab a pistol with my full hand. I always have my finger pointed toward, and then just the lack of common sense of training for that. That's kind of where I'm frustrated. So that's what he thinks there. My thoughts behind that are, okay, you don't like a Glock, and that reason. What about a revolver? Do you not like a revolver for the same reason? You know, the reason why the trigger is bad, it's got a 6 to 7 pound trigger. Revolvers have a little bit more, a higher trigger pull most of the time. But what do you have to say about a revolver? Is that out of the way because it doesn't have a manual safety? And if you've been to any training class, and that's what I did ask him on his comments on his video, is like, have you ever been to a class? His answer was no. I've been shooting for 20 or 30 years. I've been shooting for all my life. I don't need to go to a class. And that way of thinking will get you killed. Thinking that you know more than a professional and not being able to get training, and that is stupid in my opinion. I hope he gets to see this video, and I tell him to his face, Kevin, that's stupid. Thinking that you know more than others, and just because you run a board and that you've been shooting for 30 years, that you magically know that your shooting is better. You know more than anybody else. And the fact that Glock has been one of the most popular pistols because it's been reliable. Your 1911 has not been a reliable gun as of late. You usually have to get it worked on to get it running correctly. The 45 is an outdated cartridge that has very low penetration, extremely heavy. The Glock outperforms the 1911 over a massively different things. Now, some people can shoot a lot better with the 1911, but give me a Glock 17 or something that is the 1911 style, and I'll shoot just as well with it. But again, the Glock 19 is not made for competition. It's made for war fighting. It's made for police. And how many police officers or police offices, districts, do they carry 1911s as their go-to pistol? No. It's not. It's an outdated pistol. It's an outdated design. So that's my opinion on the matter. That's why I like Glocks. I think they're popular because they're small, lightweight. They come in lots of different things. This is a Glock 43. I think 9mm is the round of the future. It's got incredible. You know, you can shoot accurately with it. It's the loadings now are great penetration, great stopping power, and the whole stopping power thing too. Just to get off on a side rant, when it comes to stopping power, more 30 or 9mm caliber, more 38 caliber holes in somebody is what causes death. Shot placement is what causes death and stops the threat. That's what you got to think about. But anywho, guys, this is T-Carp signing out. Comment, let me know what you think. You think I'm crazy? You think Kevin is right? The 1911 is the only way to go when it comes to pistols? Just let me know. This is T-Carp signing out.